Oh, you would like to save 1.8 billion euros? Then follow me.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Dennis from STEAG, and today we will go into the detail from our short series GPS for Energy Data. Today we will record the first half of it. We will look at simple KPIs, we will look at thermodynamical KPIs, and in the second part of episode 1 we will look at data-based approaches there. So in case you are from the power plant industry, you can just skip 2 or 3 minutes, but for everybody else who's maybe from the wind or different industries, we will have a short introduction there so everybody is familiar with what we are talking about today. Give me your attention, and in 10 minutes you will know what these 1.8 million euros of savings mean, and if that is also reflecting to you and your businesses there. So 10 minutes and we will see. Just for overview, as announced last time, we have 3 episodes planned. This is the first one with A and B, and we have 2 more to go. And let's directly get started. Funny thing is, from the first episode, most feedback that I got was about the German humor. So I was trying to do some homework, was looking up some stuff, but there was nothing funny to share with you here right now. So the best one that I found was this one. Finally, the meaning behind the German flag. And that is a solution there. And that's the best joke that I found for you. Now let's talk about the condenser. This is a small one. What is a condenser? It's a part in the power plant where the steam is condensated, so it can be reused for the cycle. We will see more data soon. So from the outside it looks like this. A bigger one from the inside looks like this. Those are holes. I hope you can see it here. The cold water goes through the holes and the steam comes from the top part. It looks like this. This is an animation that you can see on the STEAG website, where we can give you the link in the description below. So in the boiler part, we have the coal, we have the gas, whatever the power plant uses to make the steam in the piping system. Then the steam goes to the turbine system, high pressure, intermediate pressure and low pressure part. And finally the steam has to be condensated to go back to the circle. Here we have the cold pipes. Why are they cold? They are cold because we have the cooling tower. And here a little bit of the water is evaporated, everything else is going back a little bit cooler. So we have steam, we have cold pipes, we have water, and that's it. Why is it such an important plant of the power plant? Yeah, because it has a huge impact on the efficiency of the overall plant, and it's difficult to monitor in the real world. So let's get started. Let's make a simple KPI together right now, right off the cuff. We take a second measurement value from the DCS, from the control system. It's a millibar value, and we will divide it by a fixed reference value that we define as we please. So let's put some numbers in. 55 divided by 51.7 is 96%. Great. Is it? What does it mean? I would say nothing. Questions come up such as, why is that reference value a good comparison there? Is the measurement that I chose, is it trustworthy? And what is the reliability of the result in general? So now we have to go a little bit more into the detail. I love that, so let's do that now. First step, thermodynamical approach, and in the second part we have the data-based approach as well. So that is a view from our system. We have a picture of the kind here, and what we see in the white boxes are measurements taken from the control system. So right now we have everything on the screen, but it's very difficult to find out what it actually wants to tell us. Now we add the results from such a system, and biggest part is the color scheme. So red means something is wrong there. It's very easy to spot. And all those gray values are results from calculations, and they show us the context of the situation there. We see performance factor, we see the condenser pressure as it is right now, and a current reference value what we should compare to. So that's even lower than the value that we chose in the beginning. The other one as well. And so we have a small gap here of 7 millibars, and that is difficult to spot because measurements are fluctuating all the time anyways. With such a system it was easy to spot it immediately after a shutdown. Regular shutdown, starting up again. There was a small change as we saw. Here was the picture, but the problem was It was a new system. It was not completely established yet, so the people saw it, but they didn't really completely react at this point in time. So the system gives the overview. If you want to go into detail, you just click on it and you see the screen that we saw before. What happened there? At the bottom of the condenser we have a loop, and the loop is supposed to be filled with the water, which I marked in blue over there. It comes from the condenser and it's going back to the condenser, and we have some emergency valve or some high pressure valve, whatever you want to call it. And here it happened after 20 years of operation for the first time. There was not enough water in there, so there was a small leakage, and so the vacuum was a little bit higher than it was supposed to be. And the operators admitted they wouldn't see that for a couple of weeks. So we just calculated the numbers there for the two condensers together. It's like 12 megajoules per second that we are losing from the heat. That is heat that you produce with the coal that you don't really need for the same energy. And for a 4 weeks period, that would be 150,000 euros. So that's a nice big saving already, and that's a nice advantage for using those sophisticated approaches. Where do those numbers come from? Now we go into detail a little more. That is from our Epsilon Professional. Here we have a scheme of a boiler. Here we have the water steam cycle. And to make it a little larger for you, here we have the condenser, and we see this is just a picture there, but the calculations are hidden behind. It could look like this. So you have a strong calculation kernel. You choose the right calculation formulas, put in the data that you have. So that is just to show you it's a very precise calculation. Therefore, the evaluations are very helpful. Condensers come in different sizes, different kinds. So already here we see 4 different ways. And what I want to show here, this is not rocket science. You can just go online and download the calculations. It's not nothing restricted. But if you set up your calculations like this and something changes, and some years later the same formula is now like this because knowledge changed over time. Good luck if you are the one who is supposed to fix this calculation that maybe your colleague did 5 years ago. So I recommend use a tool that is more similar, more easy to use, a graphical interface like the Epsilon, and that is our calculation for the reference value in the online system every 5 minutes typically. So yeah, if you have a nice interface, it's much more guaranteed that you will use it in a long time and that your effort really pays off a long time. That's already the end of the first part of our short trip here to the condenser. We did the simple approach with the numbers immediately, and we saw a first principle model, a first principle approach, thermodynamical calculation with the Epsilon Professional. And here we will make a short cut and a couple of minutes and a short drink for me. We will continue with the data-based approaches there, and I hope you will stay with us, and see you later. Bye. Hey, it's me again. Sorry, I forgot the last slide with the solution for the short riddle there. So where does the 1.7 million saving come from? Quickly, let's look at this. We have an improvement of 0.8 percentage points improvement, and I, out of a personal need, applied that to my car, and I applied that to the power plant world in comparison. So 0.8 percentage points on the engine make an annual saving of 10 euros when it comes to diesel engines, or about 20 euros per year when it comes to gasoline. The same 0.8 percentage points that we realized in a example in a project that we did in Germany some years ago, this number added up to 1.75 million euros savings, because the efficiency was improved, and that really is a huge lever that led to this saving. So that is the solution there, and stay tuned for more details coming soon. Bye.